nation sending a female athlete for the first time. Next comes Bulgaria. And then two African nations, first Burkina Faso, and then Burundi. And following them, the delegation from Cambodia.
The Parade of Nations continues with the contingent from Cameroon. The women's soccer team, which is nicknamed the Indomitable Lionesses, has been training in Aberdeen, Scotland for the last few weeks, and when they got there, they were greeted by a piper in full dress kilt and tweed jacket. Later, they got an official tour of the city and a party to welcome them. How lovely.
I think their outfits are better than a dress kilt. Easily. All right, the entrance of the Canadian athletes, all 280 strong, should give us another loud ovation, and it does. Vancouver hosted the 2010 Olympic Winter Games. Big success as an Olympics also for that Canadian team. They've made a huge push to increase their medal haul. It paid off.
Yet typically the host nation realizes about a 50% increase in its medal count over what they otherwise would expect. And in Vancouver, Canada won more golds than any other country, capped off by a dramatic win, as you recall, in the gold medal hockey game over the U.S. on the final Sunday, with Sidney Crosby scoring the winning goal in overtime. Here in London, you'll likely see them on the podium as well. Their flag bearer Simon Whitfield was a gold medalist in Sydney, a silver medalist in Beijing in the triathlon. Cape Verde follows them in. And then it will be the Cayman Islands, British territory, whose best-known athlete is sprinter Sidani Mothersill. She went to Clemson in South Carolina. She's 34 years old now. This will be her 5th Olympics. The Central African Republic is made up of more than 80 ethnic groups, and they each have their own language, which I'm guessing makes subtitles at the movies a major undertaking.
Wow. Directly north of the Central African Republic. Usually its teams have chiefly been made up of track and field athletes. Here, though, 17-year-old Karine Ngar-Lemdana is Chad's first ever competitor in judo. She was introduced to the sport as a 5-year-old by her father. He's a phys ed teacher. Chile enters the stadium now. The flag bearer is Denise Lemoine. She's an archer, studied law at her university, and has completed all of her courses, but she put off her final exam until after the Olympics.
Seems like a wise move. As we proceed in alphabetical order, Chile will be followed by the sizable contingent from China, nearly 400 athletes. Their flag bearer, and he can hold it pretty high, is Yi Jianlian, NBA big man, although in fact not nearly as big as their flag bearer in Beijing, who is the 7'5" Yao Ming. Their emergence as a world sports power has coincided with their emergence as an economic force, and they're now the closest thing to an Olympic rival for the U.S. since the Cold War. But there's one big difference. The United States and Soviet Union often competed directly. In most cases, the U.S. and China are strong in different sports, so there are fewer head-to-heads, although gymnastics would be one exception.
I just want to mention, as you see them walking in, the Chinese athletes carrying not only Chinese flags, but also British flags, the Union flag. It's the first time we've seen that. This is a team still very deep across a wide range of sports. They're dominant in diving, badminton, table tennis, great in gymnastics. On the track, remember, Liu Xiong pulled out of the 110-meter hurdles in Beijing. That was a huge disappointment for the people of China. He's healthy again and a gold medal favorite here. This parade continues, and so do we, in just a few moments from London.